we have to take up the link between khedhr and Dajjal. We know that the knowledge that khedhr has is not the mechanical knowledge, you know. You went to university, you did all the courses, you passed the exam, you studied this kitab, that kitab, that kitab, that kitab, that kitab. You can roll out the names. You know, mechanical knowledge. You just have to keep on, like a machine, repeating it. The knowledge that this man has is different, because the knowledge that he has can revive the dead. That's why the earth becomes so green, like Cameron Highlands. Green. Wherever he goes and he transmits knowledge, it is like raindrops falling from the sky. And those raindrops penetrate the heart. This is a different kind of knowledge. And the dead hearts come to life. Dajjal is different from khedhr. Dajjal brings you back to life when you are dead. Dajjal takes the living and make them dead. So they're walking and they're looking as though they're alive, but they're dead. Their hearts are dead. And so there's a world of difference between khedhr alayhi salam and Dajjal. The Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam, every prophet has warned his people about Dajjal. And the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam warned his people about Dajjal. But I am going to tell you something no one ever said before me. Dajjal sees with his left eye. He's blind in the right eye. It looks like a bulging grape, but your Lord is not one-eyed. Between his eyes on his forehead is written the word kafir, kafara. And every mu'min will be able to read kafir. Whether he is katib or ghayru katib, whether he is literate or illiterate, he still be able to read. So Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu will be able to read kafir. But Abu Jahl will not be able to read. Why? What's wrong with Abu Jahl? So we send him to the eye specialist. We might probably have an eye specialist here tonight. We send him to the eye specialist. What's wrong with his eyes? Why can't he read? And the report comes back, he has 20/20 vision, nothing wrong with his eyes. Well, then why can't he read? Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu can read, but Abu Jahl cannot. Or maybe Ali is not reading with these eyes. What? Do we have any other eyes beside these eyes? I studied at Harvard. I studied at Cambridge. I studied at the Sorbonne. They never told us anything about that. I did my PhD. Modern Western civilization says these are the only eyes we have. What nonsense are you talking about? Oh, didn't you read the Quran? The Quran says that in addition to these eyes, we also have other eyes. Yes. I hope you're listening, Brother Jew. Yeah. The Quran says that the heart can see. Now the Israeli Mossad is going to be worried. And the CIA is going to be worried. Because these Muslims have something we don't have. Washington does not have. London does not have. The Quran says that the heart can see. فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارِ. No, it's not these eyes that are blind, says Allah. وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. What is blind is the heart which is inside your chest. That is blind. And so we say that when Dajjal sees with his one eye, his left eye, this is our opinion, you don't have to accept it. The left eye symbolizes external sight. And when Dajjal is blind in the right eye, it symbolizes internal blindness. And all those who follow Dajjal are people who are internally blind. And so Khedhr, who sees with the internal eye, is the opposite of Dajjal. The opposite of Dajjal. So now Musa alayhi salam says, I want to follow you, to learn from you. But when Musa said, I am the most learned of all men, speaking on behalf of Banu Israel, of course, the implication of that statement is that you are now internally blind. You're cut off. That's where you are now. You're cut off. So a one-eyed man wants to learn from a man who sees with two eyes. Remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using Musa alayhi salam to send a message to Banu Israel. I am not saying that Nabi Musa alayhi salam is one-eyed. Astaghfirullah. So a one-eyed man wants to learn from a man who sees with two eyes. Guess what Khedhr alayhi salam responds and says? These two verses are so important. I consider them to be the most important in the whole of Surah Al-Kahf. Listen. إِنَّكَ لَن تَسْتَطِيعَ مَعِيَ صَبْرًا. You will not be able to show patience with me. A one-eyed man can never show patience to learn from a man who sees with two eyes. وَكَيْفَ تَصْبِرُوا عَلَى مَا لَمْ تُحِطْ بِهِ خُبْرًا. And how can you show patience in respect of that which lies beyond your comprehension? And so sometimes you got to put them in their place. When they come brashly demanding knowledge from you, put them in their place brashly. You cannot acquire knowledge from a prophet. You cannot acquire knowledge from a khedhr unless you humble yourself and listen instead of constantly questioning. Listen and wait until understanding comes to you.